Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Scraptember 2023, which is a series put on by the Scrappy sisters and Laura Alberts, where we have a different prompt every day in September. Today's prompt was a scrap lift, so I chose to scrap lift this awesome layout from Red Oak Lines on Instagram, and that her name is actually Sarah. It is a beautiful layout, and I thought it was really cool, so I'm going to go ahead and scrap lift a bunch of it. Hers is celebrating, I believe it looks like her 38th birthday, and then maybe some things she wants to do during her 38th year. I'm going to do a Christmas layout. So I am starting out with teal. It's actually polished jade dilutions paint. And then I'm also using post box red and white linen. And so I am just going with the full saturated paint for my first swipes, and then I'm adding a little bit of white for my second, and then even more white for my third in each color. So they're going to get lighter and lighter as we go down the page, and I think that's really cool. It looks really cool to me anyway. Also the fact that, green and red is really just a darker form of pink and aqua, right? So why not use it for Christmas? I thought it was pretty cute, and I decided to go with it. So what I did was I started out with my ruler. I left the branding strip on there because that's where I'm starting the paint from. And I knew sometimes when you first, start brushing the paint on your layout, sometimes it doesn't go on super smooth and maybe it would be a little bit clumpy. So I just started with the branding strip on. I also measured 2 inches and every 2 inches and put a little mark on that branding strip so that I would be able to kind of follow along and make sure my swipes were approximately the same size. They're not identical, and that's totally okay, but I didn't want one of them to be super thin, or I didn't want them to not span the entire distance of my 12-inch paper. Now my leftover paint, I am just putting it onto some white cardstock, and I'm going to use that also in this layout. I didn't want to waste the paint. Even if I didn't use it in this layout, I thought I'll go ahead and just go ahead put the paint on to this paper, and then I can use it somewhere else if I don't use it completely on this one. But I ended up using all of it pretty much, and except for some tiny little bits. So you don't get to see me actually do the die cutting because my machine is off to the side, and it is a switch and it has to be plugged in, and so I can't really pop it up onto my desk. But I used these stitched star dies from Dress My Craft or Dress Your Craft. I'm not sure which. I'll try to put the link down below. I'm not sure even if they're still available, but if they are, I'll put a link down below for you. As always, I will put links to the other products that I'm using also down below for you. So the paint links will be down there. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and cut a bunch of those out, and then I'm just playing around with the stars. I thought I was going to kind of do a visual triangle here, but I don't end up going with that. I couldn't make it work in an orientation that I liked. It looked too chaotic to my eye, and so what I did was I started doing this tone on tone down the side and kind of layering them up and just playing with them and seeing what I liked over here. And I'm liking that a lot better, but it also leaves my other side completely blank. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these all together because I have them lined up like I think I want them. And so I don't want to mess that up. I want to keep the layers the same and the stars at the angles that they're at. So I'm just kind of attaching them together, but I'm not actually putting glue at the bottom. I'm just going to pick everything up and swap it over to the other side. And that is it, you guys. I really like the way that looks better. I didn't have to kind of reconfigure all of my stars because I did all of that little bit of gluing where they were overlapping, and I just waited a couple minutes while the glue sat up, the glue set up, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out. So the pictures that I am scrapbooking, that's my niece and her little girl. These are, I think, 3 years old. These photos. So they're pretty old. And they are doing some Christmas crafts. And so that is all I'm documenting is Christmas crafts. A little tradition that hopefully, they do with the kids. And I think that's really cool. And it was super cute to see them doing that. So I'm just documenting that. And I am going to pull out some gold thickers that are Christmas related thickers. And I'm going to go ahead and use those in this layout. Again, I had my stars where I thought I wanted them. And then I just used a little bit of glue to kind of hold them in place and let them set up, and then I went ahead and flipped everything over and then was able to put the glue on the back of my photos. That worked really well for me, and that's something that I do a lot when I am doing stuff with banners and tags, because I feel like trying to reposition everything after you get it just where you want it, and then you have to pull it apart to reposition it with the glue on it. It's a lot harder for some reason. And then I never get it back where I want it. I always like the original first. And so this is just something that I have come up with. It just works for me. So these thickers, I don't know how old they are, you guys. I've had them for quite a while, but I'm going to combine them with these other foam thickers. So the Christmas is a puffy thicker and it doesn't stick at all. It's going to end up getting a little bit of glue. And then I am just using up this other sheet to spell out words, because I don't know when I'm ever going to use fresh start or hello. It's not something that I normally put on a layout. I don't normally put thanks on a layout, especially since there's no Thanksgiving. It's just thanks. And so I am just using the letters as I see fit. And I had to kind of do a little Frankensteining to cut the bottom of an I off to create a T. I also actually really like that the letters are different sizes and they kind of nestle in together. I think that's kind of visually pleasing to the eye. And so I'm pretty happy with the way that that looks. So that is my title, and then I'm not going to do a ton of embellishments. I mean, I am going to do some, but I'm not doing a ton of pre-made store-bought embellishments. I am just going to use some Stickles glitter gel in Nebula. It has little stars in it, and I'm just making sure that I get about 3 little stars on each one of these little stars. And so I'm going to go ahead and give those a little extra sparkle. The stars are gold. It's going to bring the gold over to the left-hand side of the page where there is no gold, to kind of complement the gold title. And so it's going to take me a little bit of time just to do that and to let them set up and dry, because the Stickles glitter gel does not dry fast. The paint dries very quick. The glitter gel, not so much. So if you're going to use glitter gel, give yourself some dry time when you are planning to do your layouts. And that could have been a big accident right there, but luckily that little foam piece landed face up so that I didn't get glitter gel all over my page. Now I'm just using some fun foam from Walmart. It is adhesive on one side, and that is the side I stick to the little star, and then I add a little glue to the other side of the foam and stick it down on my layout, and that holds really well for me. I've had really good results with this, and it's what I use all the time. Well, not all the time, but most of the time when I create layouts. Okay, I do have some wood veneer here. These are from Colorcast Designs. They've been in my stash for a long time, so I know they're not available anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and use those. I'm going to pull out this gold twine and some gold thread. I'm going to nestle some gold thread behind the wood veneer. This one says something about a Christmas tradition. So these are adhesive backed as well. And so or at least they were back then. I don't know if that they still are. I have no idea because I haven't purchased wood from Colorcast in a while. I just had their acrylic subscription. I didn't have the wood subscription. Okay, and then I am using this little cup, which I think is super cute. I'm tucking it into that star, and then these 3 little stockings. And I think this page comes out really adorable. I really like the way that it looks, and I'm hoping that my niece also enjoys it, and so does her little girl. So these, the string here that I'm putting on, I'm just creating a little shelf for these really long stockings to hang from, and I think that's really cute, bringing more gold down to the bottom of this layout. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to try and put a link to the playlist for Scraptember down below. I had trouble with it on Friday. Hopefully I don't have trouble with it again. So hopefully it'll work out and it'll be down there for you. If it's not, it's because I had trouble getting it to work. I did sprinkle a little gold Heidi Swap color shine in each of my little embellishment areas, you guys. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out what Laura and the Scrappy sisters have going on, as well as everyone else. All of the links should be in that playlist that I'm going to try to put below for you. So I will come back on Wednesday and hope to see you then with another layout for the Scraptember prompt. So take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.